Does cinnamon in your coffee help you burn fat? Maybe a little. Let's talk about that. Before I go to that, I'm going to repeat what I've said in prior videos, that when we talk about nutraceuticals and when we talk about supplements, the data is usually sparse, and very often it's hard to discern whether or not someone is talking about the active ingredient in the plant or some extract from the plant, which is not necessarily what has the active ingredient. So one of the active ingredients in cinnamon is cinnamaldehyde. And there are two different kinds of cinnamon that you can purchase in the grocery store. One is cassia, Cassia, I think it's pronounced cassia cinnamon, and the other one is Ceylon cinnamon. Cassia cinnamon has more of the cinnamaldehyde than Ceylon cinnamon does. Cassia has about 95%, and Ceylon cinnamon only has 50 to 60%. So what is the data on weight loss and fat burning? So there was one study that looked at a group of smaller studies, and they found that 1.5 grams of cinnamon, which is about a half a teaspoon, causes a decrease in waist circumference of about 1.68 centimeters. So that's less than an inch. And having more than that half a teaspoon did not make a significant difference. In another meta-analysis of 21 studies, which in total, it included about 1,500 patients. You can imagine how small the individual studies were. If you put all 21 together, you only have 1,500 patients. But that showed that there was a decrease in BMI and body mass index of 0.4. And there's a decrease in weight of about 0.9 kilograms, so about a pound. But it did not alter fat and muscle mass composition. So these people lost equally, proportionately the same amount of fat and muscle. So can cinnamon cause some weight loss? Maybe a little bit. So maybe you figure, well, a little bit is better than nothing, but are there risks? And again, something that I've said before, just because something is natural doesn't mean that it's safe. So aside from the potential of lead contamination, which was an issue earlier this year where some over-the-counter, some cinnamon was recalled because of lead contamination, and aside from people just having allergies to cinnamon and having some GI side effects from it, there is a toxic component of cinnamon called coumarin. And this can be toxic to people's livers. I don't know if the FDA, I haven't looked, I don't know if the FDA has set a limit to how much coumarin people should be ingesting, but the European Drug Authority, European Food Authority has. And they have set a limit of 0.1 milligram per kilogram body weight. Since cassia cinnamon has 1% coumarin, for a person who weighs 60 kilograms, which is about 130 pounds, give or take, just 2 teaspoons of cassia cinnamon would put them above the safe limit. Ceylon cinnamon has a much lower concentration of coumarin, so you can have more of that than you would the Ceylon, but that also has less of the good active component. So is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think so, but my personal opinion is that no, it's not worth it. If you like the taste of cinnamon in your coffee, then you can sprinkle some cinnamon in there. Try not to exceed 2 teaspoons a day.